You know, we all love this hobby. Um, but I do see stories online of people going, how many times you ever just been working on a kit and you just take it and you just smash it in the bottom of a garbage can and just walk away. I'm not there. I'll never get there with one of these Tamiya tanks, but still, it's. I feel like I'm like Gunnery Sergeant Hartman just doesn't like me. You know, your parents have any kids that lived? Here, build 16 of these little nightmares. Focus, you sucker. Yeah, yeah, a little piece of chain, a little staple, and 3 pieces of ABS plastic. What could be so hard? It's so simple. Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys next year when I'm done with these. Other than that, I figured out my little rope situation. So I got that little spool. I got this nice, fine, polyamide khaki ropey stuff from I paid, like, God knows, I don't know, a couple euros for a little bundle of what probably cost a nickel in Germany. But either way, I glued it into the little hole in this guy, and we're just gonna wrap her around nice and tight, tap it with a little tap of crazy glue, and then you know, we could drop that to the oh, I gotta paint this. Good catch there. Better just hang her in front of the airbrush first, I guess. I'll probably paint this then and then wrap that. Okay. So apparently there's also a left and a right, 17 and 18 on the B sprue. I was sitting here for about 20 minutes trying to figure out which one's left and which one's right, because I cut them all off the sprue. Again, don't do that. But then I was like looking at them, and they're identical. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just to hide the sprue cut mark, and you put that on the inside, and that now makes these left. And then the ones with the sprue cut mark on the other side, those are the right ones. I think that's really all. I think Tamiya is just trying to help us cover up any boogers from cutting these things off the sprue. But yeah, so yeah, 16 more of these little beauties, and I'll be ready to probably kill myself. Nah. But I'll definitely be ready for a nap. That's for sure. Either way, back to this. Go, you know, mill about the area. You're free to move out the cabin until the captain puts on the smoke discharger sign. Bye. All right, guys. No, it's been forever, fellas. So I'm putting together the last smoke grenade discharger right now, and oh my god, they're fiddly. I mean, I did this before in the Japanese Type 10, and very luckily, I had some leftover chain. Otherwise, where it says to make 16, I would have only been able to make 15 complete smoke discharger units, because now this kit's been around. I mean, this kit, the sprue dates are 2004. I have to double check with Tamiya base when this kit was actually released. I mean, I wouldn't imagine it being any later of a release than maybe 2005. You know, if they designed the sprues in, like, you know, October and then released it in February, January, whatever. So it's a damn good thing I built that Type 10 before I built this, because they give you, I'm assuming, exactly enough millimeters of chain to build 16 of these dischargers. Maybe I was making each of my previous 15 chains 1 link too long, like 1 millimeter too long, because it says 18 millimeters, and I lined the chain up against the drawing and I cut it as close as I can to the lines. Well, what I had left at the end was I had 3, or is this 4 links of chain. Oh my god. You know, we're picking it, nitpicking. We're picking at the nits here. But yeah, I ran out of chain. So luckily I had the same exact chain left over from my Type 10. Type 10 had like 8 or 10 smoke grenade dischargers. And it looks like they give you the same amount of chain they gave you for the 2A6. But yeah, guys, either be 100% exact on each chain, link by link, like count the links in the instructions, and then cut based on that. I put a jeweler's loop on. I don't know, man. Reading glasses, something. So all 16 of these are done. They come out looking very nice when they're done. They got the little chain hanging out there, very realistic. I don't have it in me to glue these onto the sides of the turret right now, because I know in my weakened state I will screw it up royally. By the way, this same stuff, FYI, just in case California wants to complain about me too. Yes, it is known, contains things known to the state of California to cause cancer. I probably contain chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer. Probably ear cancer. So yeah, so these sapped all of my time and energy that I had this evening. Tomorrow night, I don't know. I'll try to get some more done. I'm just gonna leave this video open right now. I'm gonna continue. This isn't a part. I'll be back. It's just not gonna be for a day or two before I get to the next stage of this. Nobody ever really says that in their videos. They always pretend like they did everything in like one day. Andy's Hobby Headquarters just uploaded his build video of the M551 Sheridan. And, you know, it's a half an hour, 35-minute video. The tank is from start to finish, all done. I mean, I could do that, but what's the point? I mean, I kind of enjoy making the videos, but that being said, he covers some good points, which I, of course, made in my videos, which hopefully he watched. You know, not to over-tighten the screws to go into this or that. You know what? I don't know. If he's a smart hobbyer, modeler, hobbyist, whatever, which I know he is, he probably watched my videos, or anyone else's. I don't know if a lot of other people put up a build video where I warn, don't over-tighten these. But you know what? If he watched all of my videos on the 551 and takes all those tips and shares them with his base, I'm happy my info was of good use. A little accreditation might be nice. Even though most of the things he says are just basic, general, you know, anybody would determine, yeah, don't over-tighten these when they go to put it together. So I can't say for certain, but healthy level of paranoia. That's what we do in our business. Either way, these are cool. Oh my god. Well, since this isn't the end, BRB. Guess what day it is? It's not Wednesday yet, guys. It's only Tuesday. Been dog sitting last couple hours. Alright. So we got our smoke dischargers done here. We got our little access panel done. Little piece of metal, crazy glue down there. 4-2 go on the back of the upper turret area. We got our commanders and loaders hatch. Those are glued together. Pretty straightforward little guys. That was a page. We got to put together the little. Why does my camera always move in between filming sessions? It's like some little monster comes down here into the garage and moves my tripod. Mini me. Okay, so there we go. I was just, oh man, I got all amped up because I was just watching Adam Savage's Tested, and he was doing some scratch building with combo little kit bashing and some Gweebles or Greebles or Queebles. I don't know what he calls them. Basically means any spare parts left over from another model kit. And we used a lot of metal upgrades in this kit, so I'm gonna have a lot of leftover Greebles. What? Oh, yeah. Rotation motor's not in there, so this guy's free spinning. I'm gonna have a lot of Greebles left over. I mean, one of these days, I'm gonna build a frickin' spaceship tank, kit bashed, insane, just ridiculousness type of thing at some point. But for now, we're going to go... Now, I don't like... Hold on. What don't I like? What's Ian's complaint du jour? Okay, so we're going to pull out the... get out of there, you son of a... Alright, we don't need this wiring harness right now. But this is our little beacon light on the top, a little flashing amber light for, you know, training purposes mostly, or whatever, public transport duties. But it's, I mean, it's freaking... It's red, orange, and green wires. And according to the instructions, they're like, yeah, red, orange, and green wires. And yeah, just run them in through the top of the opening for the hatch. I'll get this a little closer. You're supposed to just run this cable into the top of the hatch. It's just, yeah, that's, no. No, I want to run it through someplace a little less conspicuous. Plus, this has no place on the tank. Even if we painted the cables, I just don't like it. I don't like the look of the twisted cables. So we're going to go into our little drawer of goodies here. Let me... Oh, you know what? I'm going to take an opportunity to show everybody a cool thing. There's going to be some noise here. I'm sorry. The GoPro transmits a lot of... Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're backing up a little here. So I got this guy from IKEA the other day. This is the Alex. It's a little rolling drawer caddy with a nice solid top surface. But, oh, look at that. It fits all my Tamiya paints and glues in one drawer. My spray cans lay down in another drawer. I've got manuals and some aftermarket bits stored in this drawer. We've got some trays with our different detailing items and paint markers and masking tape and different little paints and weathering stuff and pigments and Tamiya things and brushes. Are you seriously calling me now, honey? No! Middle of something. Leave me alone. Okay. Another drawer, zip ties. Heat shrink freaking tubing. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw some heat... We're going to pull off this little multi-pin connector, and then we're going to slide on an amount of heat shrink tubing, and we're going to heat shrink this tubing onto here so we have a solid cable. Listen, I've seen tons of military cables. They don't have 3 twisted lines going to a light on the top of the tank. I mean, it should be going through the shaft of whatever's holding up this light, but, you know, we're making compromises because it's an RC, but still, at least make it look somewhat legitimate with a little heat shrink. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to pick up the heat shrink. But, you know, like, I have other little spare servos and radio bits here. And in the bottom drawer, all sorts of aftermarket stowage kits and weapons kits, all 1/16 scale. We got all that. And then this guy she just rolls right under the workbench. I could still get my legs under here. And this is awesome. So, IKEA Alex. Just search Alex drawers. You'll find it. It's 129 American pesos, and it's I think it's well worth every penny. Sorry about the grungy noises that happen when I move this camera. I'm considering investing in a better piece of recording equipment. However, funds are limited. You know, my lighting stuff was like, I had some cashback rewards and a gift card. These cost me like $30. I did a voiceover the other day for the first time ever, and while in the process of starting to do the voiceover, I realized I don't own a microphone, so I had to Amazon Now. Now, this is just, I can't wait for 2-day. I'm not, $3.99 for overnight, not fast enough. I need Amazon Now. So I happen to be in a major metro Atlanta, area here. I was able to Amazon Now a condenser microphone, a USB condenser mic, and a damn decent one too. Got very high reviews from, the number one review is, fantastic for doing YouTube voiceovers on a budget. I was like, okay, sold. Ordered it. It showed up within 2 hours. I was like, damn. And I did my voiceover for my walk through the Armor and Cavalry Annex at Fort Benning. I did that with an Amazon Now mic I ordered 2 hours before I did the voiceover, basically. I love America. 2 hour Amazon Now. Cheers. What am I doing tonight? Why am I even recording? Okay, well, showing you the progress of these remaining bits. And then, I'm going to build up this little... I got to get this guy shrink-wrapped and build up this little light. And install... God, wasted a lot of time already. Okay, yeah, get a lot of stuff done. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, okay. So I wanted to run this thing hatches closed, okay, but I wanted to run the rotating beacon on top. So what we did was we shrink-wrapped the beacon wire. We then reattached this guy. And then I ran it under this little area here, you can see, so it doesn't interfere with any of the glass that we have to put in. But then I couldn't run the hatch closed. I didn't have any clearance. So what I did is I just took the Dremel and I clearanced it out a little bit in there where you're never going to see it, because I'm running this tank hatches closed. Okay? Running their hatches shut. So now the hatch can fully close. Our beacon, even though in real life the wiring would probably run down through the shaft of the beacon light. But either way, at least it's heat shrink tubed. It'll get painted to the same color. I masked off the clear lens on the beacon. I glued it together with that same stuff from Micromark. That worked very well. I love this stuff because I was gluing a polystyrene clear lens to a piece of ABS plastic. It worked a treat. Any goop or haze, you know, we're going to cover that with paint and primer and everything else anyway. So that's that. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that. We're gonna get the rest of... What time is it? I don't even know. We're gonna get the rest of these... we'll get all these smoke dischargers glued on. We'll get this other hatch in. We've got our back panel on. She just, you know, magnetic. You glue one magnet to here, you glue a piece of metal to there, and that's what's gonna cover up your DMD access panel. Again, I love these turret baskets. I mean, man. The Abrams had some really nice turret baskets too, with, you know, photo etch and all that good stuff. And I did a bustle rack extension from a trumpeter kit with more photo etch. And my Abrams, I went full... We can't say the R word. I went full doofus on that. But yeah, this is gonna come out very nice. There's a nice, very gentle texturing anti-skid to this. It's not very aggressive. Less aggressive than the Abrams, I would say. But whatever, it's fine. But yeah, that's how we solved our beacon light not looking ghetto rigged with a wire going in through the hatch, with the hatch open and, you know, all that. I try. I'm sure I could have gotten a fancier beacon aftermarket where the wiring goes down through a brass tube and then it mounts. But you know what? I'm done. I'm done waiting for damn parts from overseas to build this tank. What I've got left is what I've got left. Obviously, I want to replace that one engine vent cover, but you know, that's going to be after the fact. It's fine. You know, that's a detail that's just keeps me up at night. It's not going to stop us from completing the build. So now on to listening to some old school hip hop and gluing on many very small smoke dischargers. Alright, BRB. Oh, regulate. Hey guys, guess what? You know, I just realized this page of the instructions is the last page. Connection lost. You piece of crap GoPro app. You suck. Alright, so, we've got all the, this was, yeah, I mean, it was a little fiddly. It wasn't too bad, but we've got all the smoke dischargers glued on to both sides. We've got all our hatches in. That guy's still, she's still gluing down. You could, it's weird, this kit, it doesn't allow you to flip this hatch open or shut with like a hinge system. It's either you glue it shut or you glue it open, one or the other. You don't get a choice. That's a little annoying. But either way, you know, it's fine. I'm doing hatches closed on this model. That's fine. I got my light leads in here, so this hatch is nice and closed. If I ever wanted to, I could unscrew this little screw underneath and unscrew this, and I could flip that hatch open to put a driver figure in there if I wanted to. A gunner figure, not so easy. This guy's gonna be glued shut. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of smoke dischargers. 8 per side. Oh, sorry about that. Framing. Ian, learn your lessons. Either way, so we've got all of that done. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get this all aligned. Off. It's a little off camera here. Here we go. Let's get her in there. Oof. We got that notch aligned. And then we have these two little guys. These are what lock the upper part of the turret to the lower part of the turret. And they go in and they lock in to place, and then you close little armor wings. And they lock those guys in. There's a little Velcro involved, but here we are. Here we are, gentlemen. We're in there. There's a little, this sticks up a tiny bit. I may just have some interference there with something else. But either way, our entire upper, for the most part, other than some stowage, antennas, etc., is done and ready to paint. So, I like to end on a high note. That's a pretty high note. We're ready to paint, and we will. Oh God, come on! Again, there's you know, some interference there. So we're ready to paint, and the next episode, next part, whatever we want to call this, we're going to be doing, you know, do a shadow coat, some highlight coat-ish, get a couple highlights on the lower, get everything painted up, get everything, you know, it's an initial, you know, flat clear sealer coat on it, apply decals, and do our thing. But yeah, that's where she's at right now. We have our 2A6. It's really weird, the mix of ABS and polystyrene that mate with each other. It comes in handy that I was lucky enough to be tipped off to this same stuff by one of the guys. I'm pretty sure he was on one of the Facebook modeling groups. If not one of the RC Tank Warfare.uk or the RC Universe Tank Forum. I was very lucky to get tipped off on this. This is great stuff. I'm sure there's a giant jar of this from an industrial supply house that costs way less per ounce. You know, I think Adam Savage on Tested had something really cool he was using tonight. I was watching a video, and it seemed like he was just gluing anything to anything. It was mostly polystyrene, but the bottle looked like it said ABS weld or ABS something. So there may be a universal solvent that is a quote-unquote plastic welder, because all plastic welder is a solvent. It basically melts the plastics you're sticking together so that they weld together when they then unmelt. Akin to welding. And I've done some welding in my day. I mean, it's ugly welding, but my welding has held up on a pickup truck driven in anger at over 100 miles an hour on a racetrack for multiple sessions, as well as a 1,000-mile drive from the communist state of New England, well, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, the tri-state, of communist states, down to America, which is Georgia. And, yeah, you know, ugly welding can still be functional good welding. Ugly plastic welding can still be functional plastic welding. I don't want to wiggle on these guys too hard, but yeah, these ABS smoke dischargers, plastic welded with the same stuff onto the polystyrene smoke discharger platforms. I'm pretty sure I would snap the polystyrene before I would break the smoke discharger off of where they're mounted to. That's some good stuff. Same stuff. They should just call it good stuff. And it's not same stuff. It's the most ironic name because it welds different stuff together, plastic-wise. They should call it any stuff plastic professional plastic welder. But yeah, that's where we are. We're good. This is, I reached completion. I wasn't expecting to reach the last page in the instructions tonight, but that's where we are right now. We're on the last page of the instructions. And they are basically completed, aside from adding a little Velcro to hold these wings in. I don't really think I'm going to bother with the Velcro. These things they're pretty stiff the way they move. There's a good amount of resistance. I don't think they're just going to start flapping around on their own during at least the level of activity I'll be driving this thing at. So I may not at all bother using the Velcro. But the nice thing is we can get some paint job and then flip them out and paint here. That's going to be a nice little touch. Or I'll just take the upper part of the turret off and paint it separately when I get to that point. Or, you know, paint the whole thing and then take the upper off and, you know, fill in where I missed. One or the other, whatever. You know, paint jobs on these Japanese tanks. Oh, actually, the German tanks too. A lot of tanks get painted by robots, so they have identical camo patterns. I mean, down to maybe not the millimeter, but the centimeter. You know, the camo patterns are all just absolutely identical. But again, we're doing something a little different with this tank. I don't want to give away all my secrets, but if you watch to the end of my videos, oh my god, that's what we're doing. And if you didn't watch till the end, shame on you. You're gonna, well, be surprised or shocked or dismayed or disgusted once we get to the end of this series. There you go. Now you guys that fast forward and skip and jump, hopefully that was quick enough. You might have missed it if you're being one of those skippy, jumpy guys. The weird thing I see with the eBay is, like, a lot of people just like, how many views do I have? How many subscribers do I have? I, like, dug down into it a little bit because I watch enough channels where they start discussing analytics. And if I make a 30-minute video and, oh my god, we're at 8:54 on just this little snippet. Either way, I'll cut it short and sweet. They're like, well, this video had 20 minutes of viewage for 30 minutes of video, and this video only had 3 minutes of viewage. And Doug DeMuro, if you know Doug DeMuro, he reviews cars ad nauseum in minute detail, going through all the little quirks and features. And I'll be honest, for the first, like, year I watched his videos, I watched them straight through. I watched 100% of the video, and he'd look at his analytics and go, oh, people are watching the entire... And at a point he noticed, people are kind of skipping through to the test drive portion of the vehicle. They don't want to listen to me talking my nerdy voice about quirks and features anymore. They're kind of sick and tired of that crap. Doug, you may need to switch up the format a little bit. But either way, I'm dragging this out just to make those decals that swung by you before, hinting at the paint job on this tank, a little harder to find. Just because I'm a douchebag sometimes, and I like to have fun with my viewers. Either way, so this is the end of part, I don't know, 11, I think? Part 12, we're getting some hardcore painting. 13, 14, I don't know how many parts we're going to end up with. I've got a 3D printed MG3 here. It doesn't show up in camera. It's a white 3D print on a white bag. Yeah, we're going to do an MG3 on this guy. And a lot of, not crazy weathering based on what you saw there, which I'm not going to mention again. But enough that it's going to be cool. It's going to be different, because if this guy's sitting next to all my other tanks, I want it. It's already going to stand out because it's the Leopard 2A6 and it's a cool-ass tank, but I want it to stand out even more, and people go kind of like, what's that? Why does that look like that? And I'll be like, well, that looks like that because of, well, if you didn't see that few seconds before, you won't know why people would ask why that looks like that. Okay, guys, that's it. I will catch you on the next episode. I like you, and thanks for watching.